mean, can we see? The reason I'm going live today is because I'm trying to stick to a schedule. Oh my goodness. So this is going to be the daily energy. Let's see. Feels like it's too close, doesn't it? I feel like it's too close. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to start shuffling the cards and see if anyone comes in for the daily energies on the first day of Mercury retrograde. First day of Mercury retrograde. Hi, Diana. I did your message yesterday, so I don't even know if I have any other members. I'm so, like, baby birdish when it comes to this stuff right now. Hi, Sharika. So we're just going to do the daily energy. We're in Mercury retrograde, but thankfully it's in Virgo, which will make it a little easier, you know, I hope. From what I see out there in astrology world, it's going to make, you know, it's going to be easier than, say, any other energy it's been because Mercury is very comfortable in Virgo. So, you know, some things, like, maybe revisit it. I wouldn't even look to, like, you know, sometimes it's just about a detail that you missed. So keep that in mind. They were saying stuff like old projects, maybe revisit it. Things you did in the past. That kind of thing. I don't, you know. I don't have any exes to come back, so I'm really good with it. I'm really good with it. I know my first husband would rather throw me in a fire. I don't think he'll be coming back. I, like, got all that covered, and I haven't had a relationship in a long time, so, you know, I don't have ex-boyfriends just dying to get back all in it. So, I'm silly. Okay. So we're going to do the energies coming in, then we'll kind of do if there are any details of the day. Oh my goodness. He's a Scorpio, Diana. Oh my God. Maybe I've never said it, like, in any of my videos, but I'm literally obsessed with Scorpio energy. Like, seriously. And it's so funny because I always wind up being in some sort of situationship with someone with strong Scorpio. Like, they could have, and strong Scorpio can look like it could be in a really prevalent house. It could be, so here's a little funny story of my personal life. Someone that I have been really interested in forever. So we're having a conversation because, you know, we talk, but, and I'm like, I really think that I'm going to end up with a Scorpio, and he's actually a Scorpio moon, but he doesn't get it. Like, that's very strong Scorpio. Like, Scorpio moon, you kidding me? Probably the most difficult, too. I think the most difficult moon placement is Virgo moon, to be actual. But I have Scorpio, and I'm a Scorpio 8th houser, which is a serious thing if you know anything about astrology. And I have Mercury in Scorpio. I have Neptune in Scorpio. Scorpio rules my 7th house of relationships. And that's what makes me think I'm going to end up with a Scorpio. Either a Scorpio or a Virgo. So like your Jupiter sign is your husband. Those are the qualities of your mate. It can also, what house it is in can tell you how you meet them. You know, but I've also had my numerology done, so I know. You know, it's unfortunate for me because my true soulmate comes in and out of my life. it was in the numerology too. So whatever, you know, we do what we do. So let's see what the incoming energies are today. Incoming energies for Sagittarius. Aries, very nice. Really putting yourself first. It's kind of like that energy of you're really, like, I actually like that if you know, we're talking about an energy which is you, right? Good morning, Stephen. Aries is the best energy to be in, and just like FYI, you know, the North Node's in Aries right now. So there's very much thinking about the self, very much taking action for yourself, very much putting yourself first. I love this. Yes. Yes. Well, you know, my mother was Scorpio. Strange mix. You will find your whole family in your chart, actually. Here's an interesting fact. I don't know if it's interesting to anyone, but my mother was a Scorpio. My father was a Sagittarius. My father's alive. My mother's not. My mother was a Scorpio sun and moon. And so my kids, here's what's interesting. I have a Virgo stellium, and if you have a stellium, that is energy that you are supposed to master and work in this lifetime, according to that house. So I have a Virgo stellium in my 6th house. And my kids, my oldest is a Virgo moon. My middle child is a Virgo. My youngest child is a Leo Virgo cusp. So they're like, learn Virgo, bitch. Okay, so let's see the energy around you. The energy around Sagittarius. 9th house. All right. With the moon. Ooh. That's kind of deep. Okay, so, all right, let me explain a stellium as much as I know it. Understand, y'all, that I am not a certified astrologer, okay? I just am a little obsessive. A stellium is a concentration of energy, okay? So if you have in your chart 3 planets in one sign, then that is a stellium. It's kind of like clustered energy, right? It could also be 3 planets in a house, right? So I have 3 planets in Virgo, and I also have 3 planets in a house. That's how you tell a stellium. Usually it's under the sign, though. So, in other words, I have Pluto, Uranus, and Jupiter in Virgo. And what that tells you is that energy, like the energy of that sign, is energy you're supposed to master. It's a focus in your life. If they're all in a particular house, that is an area of your life that you're supposed to focus on. So the way that it works for me, because my Jupiter is in the 5th house, but Pluto, Uranus, and Venus is in the 6th house. And my Venus is in Libra. So I'm supposed to learn how to give to others in a way that is organized, that is for their best good, but doesn't sacrifice me. Does that make sense? Still learning. And here is a tip. Whatever sign is your south node, that sign you probably have encountered as an important person in your life. That is the sign that holds you back. So, what is the sign that holds me back? Libra. And my first husband was a Libra. And Libra is my south node. And Libra is my Venus. But what it teaches me is that I sacrificed myself too much for that. And of course my gift is giving to others. But I'm supposed to learn how to do it in a healthy way, in a balanced way. So, there you have it. So let's see what's surprising about today, and then I will go over these energies with you. So it's not, a stellium is a little complicated, but it's not. So it will really tell you, like, I have a friend who has a Virgo stellium in particular. The sign doesn't matter, but in her 11th house. So, it's more about what the house stands for, too. The houses are the events in your life. So let's see surprising events. What is going to surprise Sagittarius today? What is going to surprise Sagittarius today? Oh, hello. What is going to surprise Sagittarius today? You're moving towards destiny. What? Tell me about the North Node. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is serious, y'all. Well, oh my gosh. And then Mercury retrogrades on the bottom. Reinvention. So you're literally reinventing yourself. Wow. I'm so impressed. So let's go through it. Okay, the way that you're moving is like an Aries today. So really thinking about yourself, really thinking about your sense of self, really thinking about, hi Teresa, really thinking about what is good for you. Putting yourself first. What? Taking control of your life. Aries. I love it. So I actually feel like Sagittarius maybe is really feeling the North Node right now. Because North Node also came out in your reading. So, if you watched the reading yesterday, I was really talking about how much work Sagittarius has done. And I don't just mean myself, of course, but in general. What's going on around you is you're not being around people, basically. I feel like what's happening is you're trying to focus on your faith. Okay, and I don't mean religion when I say faith, okay? So keep that in mind. The 9th house is here. I feel like you're trying to have faith in things. You're trying to reconnect with yourself because the moon is here too. I'm sorry, Teresa. You should have threw something at him. I'm so sorry to hear that. I am a survivor, Teresa. But it's kind of like, you know, does that mean that you're having some crisis of faith? I just feel like you're discovering where your faith lies. And that is a going within kind of thing. You know, this could be, you know, in regards to yourself, maybe, you know, trying to have faith in yourself. Because with the moon, you know, it's coming from a soul place. So there is going within, you know. It's interesting that this is what's going on around you, though. Because I kind of feel like you... Well, whatever you have to do to connect, you know? Whatever makes you feel connected. I feel like we all have that thing. But you may be spending some time connecting to faith today. So I don't really feel as if there is a whole lot of time being spent around people. But I kind of feel like this is kind of connected to people. Because I feel like you're figuring out where to put your faith. And so, you know, who are those people that connect to you on a soul level? I feel like that's really going on. And it's because of where you're going. So, because we have, you know, the North Node with the 11th house. Okay? So what's happening is that you are moving towards your destiny, wherever that is for you. I mean, we don't always know. I mean, we just keep going, right? But what it is you're discovering is who's on that journey with you. Who's on that journey with you. And you might be surprised, because this is surprising events, about who that is. Honestly, but, you know, we're going to find out more, of course, because that's what we do. That's what we do. We're going to clarify with the tarot. Tarot. Remember that during Mercury retrograde, to really pay attention to details of things. You don't have to not start things, although it can be hinky. Just make sure you don't miss anything. Pay attention to everything. Everything, for real. So let's get some clarity on these messages, because I feel like with Aries, you are actually taking action towards moving forward. I feel it so strongly. Wow, it's like, you know, it's so funny because there's a lot of change coming in. And like right now it may feel like nothing is happening, like you don't feel anything because Void of Course Moon is here. But there's a sense of just totally rebuilding your family. Like who you're rooted with. So you may find yourself getting into conversations with people from the past and stuff like that. Yeah, one of my besties is an Aries, and I'm an Aries rising. So let's get it done, right? It's a lot going on with that. I just really feel like you're going to be discovering who it is you belong with. Wow. Okay. So let's see Aries. Aries, which I kind of feel is you, Sagittarius, at this moment. Oh, well, this is interesting, isn't it? Ten of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. Interesting. Could be getting on solid footing with someone, but I kind of feel like this is probably taking action on a new idea. Tell me about the Page of Cups, which could actually bring some financial security. Definitely moving towards something else. It's kind of like this new cycle coming in that you've been waiting for. Also causes you stress. It's the Nine of Swords. Like, it's kind of like a new cycle, right? And I feel like if this is actually something related to money, like a job or something like that, or a new idea, because the Page of Cups also is an untested idea, right? I feel like you may be very nervous about it. It's like the world with the Nine of Swords is like, you see the possibilities. It's almost like, sometimes when we actually fear success, you know what I'm saying? So it could be that energy. If this is a person, this is really interesting. And that may be the faith part of things. This is actually opening up to things working out with a person. But you are going to have faith with the world, because with the world is a new cycle, and it's very much a successful cycle. But there's some fear here. It could be that you've been wanting something to work out, and like now when it finally works out, it's like not trusting it. Why is the Nine of Swords here? So, yeah. Well, okay, Seven of Swords. It's kind of this energy of it looks like it's working out, and you're just afraid to trust it. Like, is this too good to be true? And this could really play on anything, right? And with Aries, because you're trying to make good decisions for yourself. You're trying to move yourself forward. Thank you. You have a good day too. Of course. So what's this ninth house energy? Six of Pentacles. Ninth house. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like this is both things. I feel like this is both things. I just feel like whatever this is for you, this is some destiny you feel you're going towards, whether it is a job, because we're seeing a lot of pentacles, a new idea that you're following, or this is a relationship. There's kind of this sense of being afraid to trust it. Maybe it's because things have gone badly, and so, when you actually see evidence of things turning around, you kind of get here, worried that it won't take, right? And I feel like that comes out of a space of things not working out. So, you have to change your expectations. I expect things to work out instead of every time I go to believe that something is going to work out, it doesn't. So there's a big energy of having faith here. Having faith that things are going to work out. Because we're seeing the Six of, the Hermit is here with the Moon, obviously, because they're kind of not the same energy, but they kind of remind me of the same energy. I feel like you're trying to make a decision here on whether or not to invest in this, no matter what it is. Like, does it have a chance of success? The Six of Wands would kind of tell you it does. But what it's going to require of you is to have faith. So, in other words, you may not see it right now, but you have to believe it is. Whatever this is for you, you have to believe that it's going to work out. And I feel like there might be some withdrawal here because of that question. Tell me about the North Node and friends. Interesting. Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. We know what the Five of Wands is. You know what? I feel like what's happening here is you are... I know, girl, I know. But definitely when it comes to manifesting too, you have to believe it in order for it to show up. You know, and sometimes when we're trying to work things out with people, the having faith part can be tough. Even if that's something new, sometimes our history can just be like, you know, well, every time I try, this doesn't work out. Every time I put all this work in, it doesn't work out. So you have to change, you know, that kind of thinking. And in terms of where you're going and the people you're taking with you, I feel like, to be honest, it's been hard for you to see who's with you, okay? Because we see the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands, which can deal with jealous people, having to, you know, protect yourself from people who are against you, who are jealous or whatever, or just don't, like, you can't get on the same page with. You know, the good news is that if you just give it time, you're going to see the right people show up. The Page of Wands. You're not going to have to do anything. That's the thing. You're not going to have to do anything. This was an interesting reading. Okay, so let's take a look at some more things about the day. So, you know, I just feel like things are getting ready to change, and the more you get closer to the moves you're trying to make for yourself, the more you're going to find out who's there with you. And it is maybe calling for you to have more faith in people, to believe that people will be with you, you know? And it kind of feels to me like it's hard because you've had to protect yourself from some energies that weren't there for you. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to see, you know. But, you know, also definitely if you have a Page of Cups in your life, that is someone you can trust. You know, with the Ten of Pentacles, that's someone who wants to be on the road with you. Like that's someone who wants to be there, who wants to build something for the future. Thank you, Diana. I know, I mean, over time, I believe more people will come to the live. Going forward, I'm only doing live on Wednesday just to, you know, create some sort of schedule. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the blessings and the challenges that might come up. Wheel of Fortune's on the bottom. What? And the Sun. There's money coming. I feel like there's money and good luck coming that you didn't think was going to come. Okay, I'm in for that. So what is the blessing today? What is the blessing today? 9 of Pentacles, money, getting what you need. 9 of Pentacles. It's kind of like everything working out. Oh my goodness. With the Tower and the Chariot. So, this is interesting because we're beginning, middle, and end. So the 9 of Pentacles, like, you're getting everything you need. Basically is what it's telling you. But that there's going to be something that happens. The Tower. Like, I kind of feel, and then it ends with the Chariot. Like, I feel like the universe is taking something out of your way. Okay? The 9 of Pentacles, because the 9 of Pentacles is a positive card. The Tower is also a positive card because they're taking something that's standing in the way of getting your stability. Right. And this really helps you to move on towards success. And what the Chariot wants you to know is to just let the universe handle it. Like, let them handle it. So there is like, it's definitely overcoming a difficulty with the Chariot, but you know, it's telling you that this is happening and don't get caught up in this. Whatever it is that this, you know, comes crashing down, understand it needed to be taken out of your way. Okay? That's what people need to understand about the Tower. It's a good thing. Because the Tower is always something that isn't working. So they're literally, whatever is standing in the way of your particularly financial abundance, the universe is taking it out of your way. Because they've heard what you said. Okay? You maybe at one point said, you know what, I'm just, you know what I mean? Okay, that's cool. So let's take a look at your challenges. So, you know, of course the Tower causes disruption. You know, don't let it stress you out, because the truth is that this is your gift from the universe. You've been asking for things to be stable. You've been asking to receive everything that you need. And they're literally telling you, okay, so I'm going to take this out so that you can get there quicker. So what's the challenge? Well, the challenges always come out quick, right? 9 of Cups is your challenge. Okay. What's the challenge? Page of Pentacles. Why is the 9 of Cups the challenge? Because that's actually a really positive card. Why? Oh. The 9 of Cups is the challenges because for some reason you may not be able to see that you're getting what you want. Because the Hermit is here. And that may be being too focused on the past, like I was saying before. Like you need to focus on Page of Pentacles. There's a need, and it might be hard, like to just, you know, take things as a lesson or focus on the opportunities. Why is the Page of Pentacles the challenge? Queen of Cups. I just feel like you have a hard time seeing that you're getting what you want. it could also be that you have a hard time deciding what it exactly is that you want. So you may have to spend some time alone to really think about that. Okay, well. Any other messages for Sagittarius before we go? God, it's already 35 minutes. Yeah, well, the towers always come. Literally, the towers always come when we're least expecting it. And always the tower comes when we've been asking for something or when we're not doing something. Like, and the way that that works with the Nine of Pentacles is like, when you're not doing what's best for you, it's going to bring in a tower to make you do it. Okay, any more messages for Sagittarius? Any more messages for Sagittarius? Page of Swords. Pay attention. Sagittarius. What is Sagittarius learning? Page of Swords, your final message. The Lovers, it's really telling you to, I mean, I feel like this is very much a Virgo energy. I feel like it's telling you to be really careful about what you perceive, particularly in matters of those people that you're in soul connections with. You see something and you may think something that isn't really true. Because the Seven of Cups is here. It's almost like something you see, you create a story about, and you feel like you need to make a decision based on that story that doesn't have clarity on it. Because it's with the Eight of Swords and the Five of Wands. It's kind of like a false story. And that may be directly connected to, you know, needing to have faith in things. Yeah, like, you think, specifically, I don't know who this is for exactly. Like, for some, there's someone here, there's something you see, and it creates this story within you about this person. And, like, you might feel like they're against you, but it's not true. It's not true. Like, you feel like I just feel like something you see leads to a wrong perception of a person. And I feel like the energy is telling you, don't make a decision based on that perception. Get more information. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so say for instance, someone posts something online. This is someone you're connecting with, right? And don't let that fool you into making a decision. You're being led to get more information first because this person actually loves you. So don't believe everything you see because you're definitely missing some details. Okay. I know, that was weird, huh? Okay, then, we'll round this off with your mindful message and get on the way. Hello, Cynthia. and get on the way. This was much longer than I intended, but that's why I only do live once a week. I don't know how they keep them to 15 minutes. So what is Sagittarius's mindful message? And of course, later there will be a random reading. So I always do 2 readings a day. So what is Sagittarius's? Okay, here we go. Commitment. Oh, this is some Virgo bullshit here. This is some Virgo bullshit here. I am committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. Okay. That's your mindful message, and I hope you have the best day ever. Toodles.